So you guys know there's always some story with me. I'm standing here with my trailer, guarding my trailer, right? Because I'm on a load that I cannot leave my trailer, even though I was having tire trouble. That's me back there. So I was having tire trouble, and TA is looking for like a slow leak. And I need to get a couple other things done to my tractor. So, but before I got here, I tried to work on the tire myself to see if I could at least like fill it up some, So I pull up to a pilot about 2 hours back from here. I'm in Iowa, by the way. I pull up to a pilot and I'm looking for a place to, where they have air for the tires, but it doesn't look like they have anything at this pilot. So naturally, the first thing I do in a situation like that, I usually look at the fuel aisle next to me and see if there's a kind person willing to help me. So I go over there, and there's a gentleman who I'm like, hey, do you see any air pumps or whatever? I don't know what you call them for these big ass trucks, okay? To fill up the tires. And I got super singles, so yeah, they're pretty big. He's like, no, I don't think they have them here. There's a Goodyear next door. It's closed because it's Sunday. He was like, do you have a hose that you can hook up to your truck? And I was like, no, I think I only have jumper cables. I said, I'm kicking myself for not getting the hose to connect, to the air for my truck. And he's like, well, I have one that you can use. So I was like, okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. I said, because my tire is too low. And so, I want to say it was like 44 PSI. Still an angel number though. So I get his hose and I disconnect my red line from my truck, right? And so then I hook up the hose to get ready to put air in my tire. So I throw the air hose across the crosswalk so that I can get it from the other side, because it's on the passenger side. One of my tractor, one of the drive tires, the furthest most back drive tire on the passenger side. So I throw it across the little walk and come around to the side, and I pull it out, and I have to like do the cap on the on that wheel, because it has the kind where you have to depress the button and then spin the little cap cover and then pull it off. I'm doing all these things, like feeling good about being a girl who knows what the heck to do. And I go to start pumping, and I realize nothing's coming out, no air is coming out of that hose. So I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that our trucks are made where if it idles for a little while, it's gonna turn itself off. So it idled and it turned off, so I had to go turn it back on to make sure that the pressure was still working. And finally, I guess whatever the guy was doing over there at the other fuel aisle, he was done like cleaning his windows and all that. So he comes. So this is where it gets hilarious. So he's done with his truck, and he comes over there to check on me to see if I'm getting air in my tire. And like I said, it's on the passenger side. Now, mind you, the hoses and all that are on the driver's side, right? So he didn't check that. He just came straight over there to where I was on the passenger side to see. And I was like, it doesn't seem to be taking anything. He was like, well, is your truck on? I said, it did shut off at first, but I turned it back on. So I went and did that. And I forgot I had also asked someone on the other side of me too. I'm like, this doesn't seem to be taking air. Like, am I doing this right? So anyways, the guy whose hose it was, he came and he saw that it wasn't taking air. So he went over to the driver's side where I hooked up the hoses, right? So what I did was I disconnected my red hose from my trailer, and then I hooked up his hose that he let me borrow to the trailer. Isn't she smart? He was like, he went over there and he disconnected it from the trailer and connected it to the truck. I was like, hey, I don't know this stuff. I'm new, okay? Common sense should tell you, right? But I tell y'all all the time, my sense ain't common, honey. I'm a synesthete. It is not common. So anyways, he hooked that up, and then I went to make sure that the truck didn't keep idling off. And him and the other gentleman, they both were trying to get air in my tire. It took a little, but it didn't take much. It took enough to get me here to TA, which was another hour and a half away from where I was at that pilot. So I'm here now, and they found the leak. It was a nail, and I have to get it replaced because it's in a position that can't be patched. But that's okay. My tire fund is going to take care of that. So I'm grateful, so grateful for that. And that's my story time for today. Love y'all.